Today's the day. It's been 2 weeks since we planted our first fall food plot up on the farm. So we're going to head up there soon. But before we do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about the seed and the fertilizer. Last 2 weeks ago in the other video, I didn't talk about the fertilizer very much, or the seed that we used. So I just want to show you the seed. This is the seed from Top Guns in food plots. It's a Canadian blend. Here in Canada, it's difficult for us to get seed from the States. There's a lot of taxes and tariffs that are applied by the government to try to control the import of seeds, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to have access to the seeds in the States because they just have so much. It's so much available. It's so easily to get. Can't get it here. So we have to go with the mixes that are produced here. So this is our first year using this because it's obviously our first year doing a food plot. So this one has turnip, kale, millet, rape, canola as the small seeds, and then has an overseed package that we put on, as I showed in the video, separately. And there's oats, peas, buckwheat, barley, and spring wheat, and triticale, if I pronounce that correctly. So anyway, so that's the seed that we put down. I'm really anxious to get up there and see what it looks like, and but I also want to talk about the fertilizer and understanding the numbers on the fertilized bag, because this is our first time doing this. We had a little bit of a learning curve to figure all that out. So I just thought I would help some guys out so you don't have to go through the work that we did to figure it out if you don't know already. So what we used a 16-16-16 triple 16 general purpose fertilizer. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what we got from our local supplier. And so I wanted to talk about, we know that it's a nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus mix. And the thing is that 16 means 16%. So each type is there's 16% in this example. This is a 50-pound bag. So if it was a 100-pound bag, the easy way to figure that out, if it was a 100-pound bag, it would be 16% of that, and that would be 16 pounds. So there's 16 pounds of each in that 100-pound bag. So we don't buy 100-pound bags, we buy 50-pound bags. So divide that by 2 and you get 8 pounds of, for example, nitrogen. So we finally got our soil samples back, and we discovered that we needed to put down 30 pounds of nitrogen. So we only put down 16 pounds because we put 2 bags down, 2 bags of this. So it's a little bit complicated, but it's once you write it down, it's quite easy. So we need to actually add, what's my numbers here? We need to add 14 more pounds of nitrogen. So we'll just buy a straight nitrogen mix. Our soil sample indicated that all the other numbers are excellent. Like I mentioned, the farmer was farming this for years, 25 years before us, and we took over this one spot. So it's everything's fine. The numbers, he looked after the numbers perfectly. Give hats off to the farmer. He's doing a great job. So we have to maintain it from here on in. So we're going to put down, if we need to, we're going to put down 14 more pounds of pure nitrogen. So that would be, we have to do the math, but anyways, we'll figure that out. So anyways, let's, without further ado, let's head up to the farm, and we're going to see how our plot's doing. I can't wait. All right, looks like we have good germination. I'm just pulling in now, and I see lots of green. So things are looking promising. Get out and take a look. It looks really good. We've got tons of germination. The field is completely covered evenly. Few little spots that aren't quite come up as well up on the banks there. We've had a ton of rain this week. The last 2 weeks it's rained. We've had about 4 days of clear weather, but not really hot. So there's not a ton of growth. It's we've got anywhere from ½ an inch to, I'd say, almost 3 inches in height on the plant. But anyways, it's really covered over well. You're here with me now. I just came in, so I just wanted to show you. I haven't even walked into the fields yet. So let's go and take a look. I'll grab the camera here, and we'll just go take a look together. So There's the deer tracks right there. Look at that. So we got really good germination. We've got, you can see the, looks like the wheat coming up and the rye and peas. I see peas. So it looks pretty good. It's not overly thick. It's not very, very thick, but I mean, it's still got a lot of growing to do. But this is only 2 weeks. Look at that nice, good track there. Some good sized deer. I got the trail camera set up, so hopefully I got some good pictures on there. So hopefully you can see that. A nice, looks like a carpet, nice and evenly covered. This doesn't look like the weeds have come up again too much yet. So I gotta go over and take a look at it a little bit closer. You can even see here with all these rocks that I was talking about that it still found its way down into the soil. There's tons of germination here with all these rocks. My great-grandfather used to say rocks are good because every time you turn up a rock there's moisture underneath. So I guess you have to say that when you're stuck with this many rocks. You got to be positive. So I like that train of thought. Here's a spot here that got seeded very heavily. Must have been the cedar must have spit a bunch out, the hand spreader, because you can see down a little further it gets really thin there. So well, that happens. I think the deer are gonna love this, and the turkeys. Look at this trail here. This is not cut, so we don't have to worry about coming through here now. It's pretty far from the hunting season. They'll still come through here, but look at that. That's cleared right through. That's going to be turkey and deer, of course, and it's right under our tree stand. 3 years ago when we put that tree stand up, this trail was here. Put the tree stand up, they stopped coming. So maybe it took some time for them to adjust, but I'm telling you, once that look at that, once that food plot fills in, that'll be like a super highway coming through here. All right, that concludes our update on our fall food plot. That's our 2-week update. So everything looks great here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll come back in a couple weeks and we'll take a look at it again. And from then on, we'll decide whether we're gonna put some more nitrogen down and leave it alone. And I don't think we want to come back here too much after in 2 weeks from now. We're getting close. October 1st is the bow season starts, so I don't want to be back here too much disturbing the wildlife. So anyway, so that concludes it, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.